I fucking forgot to hit these stupid buttons. All right, everyone, welcome to episode number 66. That is one more than we had last time. And I'm just going to tell the same jokes again. Yeah, exactly. I figured out what to call guest hosts on the show. And from now on, guest hosts shall be referred to as panelists.
Yay!
It's almost as exciting as the first time.
Almost. We looked a lot more excited that last time. Yeah.
Yeah, it works. It's fine.
Everybody's thinking that we're trolling them, but we're not. We're just real bad at it.
We like to start the show with a mime routine and then roll out.
Right. I mean, as is for classic comedy.
Exactly.
All right. So joining me as panelists today are once again Jason. Jason, how is your Tuesday coming along?
Dude.
Fantastic. I'm awake and I have energy. This is crazy.
You didn't have to go to do all the school things?
Oh, I did. I worked all day and did school, and I'm still, like, energetic. I have no idea why, but I'm going with it. So.
Cocaine, I see.
Yeah.
And then joining us for his debut performance is Pete. Pete, I'll let you introduce yourself a little bit if you wanted to let everybody know who you are in chat, if you'd like, or if you'd like to introduce what it is you do. You're a fellow nerd wrangler like me.
Yeah, fellow nerd wrangler. So the other thing that Udo does is the Afterworlds thing. I write plot for him, and beyond that, I'm recently unemployed, so that's good. If you need any writing, I can write stuff.
Excellent.
Give me money, I write things.
Eisenhorn asks that if you put on weight, does that mean that the plot thickens?
Oh, the plot is just about as thick as it can fucking get around here, man.
Awesome. Well, let's take a look at today's show. It is titled So Much True Crime. I was looking around for, news today, and everything that I found today, aside from the first couple of stories, is someone committing some sort of atrocious criminal action. So, kind of themed today.
So I mean, it's just gonna be a day of Florida Man then.
Yes, there's
True crime.
An expanded as fuck Florida Man section, which is kind of funny because a lot of the weird stories I was finding today were just like, it's also about Florida, so I just kept. And we also had all the Florida Man stuff we didn't cover last episode. So
damn,
yeah,
awesome.
It's going to be so much true crime.
Somebody will win bingo this time.
Yes. And
that's dope.
I figured out how to prove that you won bingo, which is you could take a screenshot and then tweet it to me on Twitter. Right. And then if you do, I'll give you 2,000 Illumies. Speaking of Illumies,
nice.
Lower right-hand corner of your screen, if you hover over right about below me, you'll see a little icon, and that'll allow you to spend your Illumies on such fantastic prizes as like Twitter follows and garbage like that. But more importantly, you can interact with the show by activating an applause. So there we go. See that? Excellent. And of course, the dashboard is taking forever to load and tell me who did that. Was it you, Jason?
It was me.
Yeah, okay. But, okay, so this is a fair use podcast, and everything we do here is covered under fair use because we're, talking about news and things that happen in the world, and you can't own what happened. So, we're also doing parody and criticism, which is a very important thing to keep the world set on a straight path. And if you stop us from doing that, you're being a bad person. So,
basically a communist.
Yeah, basically. If you'd like to support the show, feel free to use any of the donate options or the subscribe feature. But if you don't want to pay anything, you can definitely help out the show by clicking this link, which will create a pre-formatted Twitter tweet for you to tweet at your Twitter followers. Just like Pete and Jason just did. I get no messages.
Damn right.
you can see that I did that, or I can see that you did that, and you'll get a hey, thanks for the tweet. All right, into the news. That music it hypes me up to learn about terrible shit.
It sounds like America.
There's an echo, so the tweet sounds like there was a round of row, row, row your boat. Wondering where that echo is coming from. You guys still hearing the echo?
I think I hear it also. I definitely hear it also. I didn't even think about it because I'm on my headset all the time. Is
okay.
somebody not?
It might be coming through Pete's microphone.
Damn it!
Let's see. Actually, an easy solution would be if you wanted to go to push to talk.
How dare you? Yeah, give me a second.
Yep, no problem. I think we
Push
have
to talk. People! Damn it!
Oh, Gemini's Realm hosting. Thank you very much for that host, Gemini. I absolutely love that sound.
That's amazing.
All right, it sounds like I don't hear any echo at all. Jason, you got any echo?
Nope.
All right, Pete, are you able to still communicate with us?
Does this work?
It totally does. Everything's solved. We're the best technical stream troubleshooters there's ever been. All right. So our first story here is a fun one. So scientists in Denmark have found toxically high levels of arsenic in 3 books from the 16th and 17th century that had been sitting in a library in the University of Southern Denmark for quite a while.
Holy shit.
Yeah. They were studying fragments of medieval manuscripts that were used to bind the books. Carl Lund Rasmussen, an associate... Well, my dog is losing his mind. Hold on. I need to yell something, but I want to make sure it's not that loud.
This is amazing. More Jasper.
Sometimes I just have to let him know everything's okay by yelling his name.
True.
It calms his little soul. Anyway, where was I at? All right. So experts from the University of Southern Denmark made a startling discovery when they were studying fragments of a medieval manuscript that were used to bind the book. Carl Lund Rasmussen, an associate professor at the University of Southern Denmark, told the news that the Danish Reformation in 1536 AD had many books that were destroyed. Some were burned, some were thrown out, but a lot of them were reused to bind new books from the 1500s and 1600s. So the books, with shortened titles, are Angelica Historica, Polydorus Virgilius, History Bohemica by Johannes de Bravis, and it was bound with Aeneas Silius, a Bohemiarium et ex his Imperatorium Alquavit Origin ac Gestis Historia from 1975. It goes on like that. I'm not going to say any more of those because that's just, I'm slaughtering some really important, like, historical words there.
Why don't they just fucking write their titles in American? I don't get it. Make it easier to read.
Exactly. Because this is in Spain.
Where's all the pictures? Yeah,
so the researchers wanted to identify the text used, but while they were working on it, as soon as the X-ray beam hit the paperwork, they found a truly staggering amount of arsenic used to color the book, and it looks like it was also possibly used as a rat deterrent, because It's
Okay.
arsenic. It's gonna kill all sorts of shit. Apparently, I went wicked
that's true.
bugged out. Hold on. Bam! Fixed. All right. So they narrowly avoided poisoning their entire scientific staff by X-raying it first. So that
Holy
is
shit.
the key point of this story. Pete, you like literature and books. How offended are you by this title, I Knew Reading Was Bad for You? Oh, push the button. Push the button.
Stupid bugs!
We did it!
Thing's gonna kill me! When reading has the possibility of giving you blood-filled, watery diarrhea, yeah, that's bad for you.
Excellent.
That's fair.
That means I'm right. And I'm always right. All right, chat says I only read pop-ups. That's what candidate says. Twisty Tar Gemini says it's possible my old book sniffing habits could be harmful.
Amazing.
Gemini says I don't put you on auto host just so I get to hear it when I get a chance to visit. Yeah, I'm totally excited about it, and you should always keep doing it. All right. So our next story is a little bit of an update to something we've covered before. Do you guys remember? I don't know if Pete, if you ever saw this one or anything about it, but there's a guy named Noah who's from the future.
Of course he is. Why would he?
Jason, do you remember our time traveler stories?
I'm so happy he's back in time.
Right, exactly. So he's back, and this time he's posted a video on Apex TV, a YouTube channel that saying that he just got back from a failed mission, and that he wants to spread the truth about the reality of time travel. So in the video, he claims he's made 2 stops, one in 2060 and one in 2120, which is where he captured footage as part of a top secret mission. Near the end of the 16-minute clip, he finally pulls out his mobile to reveal footage of the city of, I believe it was Las Vegas. So he says that there are red clouds because of global warming. It's highly impactful thing in the future. You can see, oh, that's birds. The red clouds are because of global warming. It's a highly impactful thing in the future, and you can see it's everywhere. He remembers it being incredibly hot, but he's not sure. But he's pretty sure they're working on it in the future. A lot of YouTube users have pointed out the many flaws with his videos, focusing on the amazing coincidence that people seem to use current time mobile phones in the future.
That's pretty fair.
Exactly. Another user said that he recorded the video on his future iPhone from 2030. I would have been much more impressed with the technology than in the actual phone. Fake news. Other users focused on the fact that the video was obviously faked, and it was pretty easily seen as CGI. But finally, the most important thing is one user did in fact ask about one of the pressing matters of the day, which was, is there a Mick Jagger in 2120? And the time traveler has not yet answered that question.
What the fuck?
Well, and he said that he went to
Vegas. Back in the future.
He went to Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I travel to the future, and the thing that I bring back is I went to Vegas in the summer, and it was hot, guys. Come on.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly, that's pretty easy there. Cultural Rogue says, Apex has a bunch of time traveler stuff. None of it's quality, far as I can tell. Candidate says they better be working on global warming as my air conditioner is going out. And Gemini's Realm says, obviously, there would be since Mick Jagger defies time itself. That's the completely fair answer there.
Yeah.
And here's one of my favorite types of stories. Animals doing hilarious shit. So Dozens of drunken seagulls have become disoriented and confused after scavenging alcohol in southwest England.
Oh, shit.
Many of the birds died and became seriously ill, with the RSPCA saying that the birds were probably feeding on waste products from a local brewery or alcohol producer. But witnesses say that the birds appear disoriented and confused and struggle to stand. They took video of the birds staggering around, losing their balance, just like if a person would if they had too much to drink. Mr. Cooper, who is the rep from the RSPCA, said that the birds have been treated at an RSPCA center in Taunton in Somerset, and added, sadly, a few of the birds have died. Most of them have made recoveries and have been released in a few days of our care, or after a few days of our care. He said that the birds have been brought in after recent weeks being found all over Devon and a few in Bridport and Lyme Regis. So
Jesus.
It's not just a couple of birds. There's a shit ton of birds getting drunk on some brewery waste somewhere in England. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, drunk seagulls are a thing in England right now, causing problems.
They've been everywhere.
We really don't know if they're drunk or not until they like have ordered drunkenly from an Arby's drive-thru. Have they done that yet?
Well, I mean, I can only assume they were able to. I mean, they definitely have stated by the RSPCA, which seems like a reputable group, that they would have definitely done the Arby's test. So,
it's good to know.
Go ahead.
Amazing.
I just said it's good to know.
Right. The birds absolutely stink of alcohol when they're collected, and their vans now smell like pubs, the representative said. The Animal Welfare Charity has had more than a dozen similar reports from the South Coast. It's now urging local breweries, distilleries, and alcohol producers to check that their waste is secure and cannot be accessed by wildlife or birds. I do like to think that there's some seedy brew pub somewhere that's just like, I can't afford to pay for all this disposal, and so they like they're like doing that whole thing that you see the bad guys do with nuclear waste, right?
Yeah, in movies.
They're like hauling barrels full of like shitty booze out into the woods and just covering it with leaves, right? Like
it's just got like the alcohol symbol on it.
Just, dude,
it's so ridiculous, dude.
Instead of the fucking like radiation symbol, it just says XXX across the front.
That's amazing.
I'm waiting for the next story in 3 months where there's like a huge brand new chapter of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Exactly.
Nice.
Just staffed by burbs.
It'd be the worst meeting ever. Just like, hi, my name is.
I enjoy getting absolutely trashed and shitting on cars. Cultural Rogue says, right, seagulls already behave like drunks. Yep. Okay, on to our first fireside chat of the night. If you could go back in time 1,000 years, what one item would you bring to prove you're from the future? Jason.
To prove that I'm from the future, I mean, literally almost anything in my surrounding would do that. But I would definitely bring my cell phone.
Right. Okay. What do you think?
I'd just be like,
oh, go ahead, Jason.
Go ahead, Jason.
I'd show them Angry Birds, dude.
Well, I'm thinking that if I'm bringing something back to 1,000 years.
Yep.
And I mean, you bring your cell phone, you show it to them once, they're gonna kill you. You're a witch. I'm bringing a tank.
Nice.
I am from the future, and I'm here to take over your country.
Dude, I'm thinking, okay, so like the tank, right? They're just gonna, like try and make you die from a rock slide or some other ridiculous shit, and you'll run out of gas. The phone's gonna run out of batteries. I'm thinking, dude, a TI-86 calculator with the fucking solar panel.
Oh shit!
Dude, you can like draw boobs and stuff. You can do all sorts of
As
shit
a
with
state is gonna do boobs. Hell yeah!
And you can just
Like watch me type hell with these fucking numbers, these Arabic symbols.
Yeah. Your advanced mathematics is all well and good and everything, but watch what I can graph. This is how you graph a dinkle.
Exactly. Just download a couple of those like hacked games into your TI-86.
Hell yeah!
There's like what are those? There was like Hangman and shit.
And Snake.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that you could probably get like Wolfenstein to run on the TI-86. So
I'm damn sure you can run Linux on it. So, all right.
Crazy.
Our next story has to do with cannabis and religion. So, eat that down. Thank you for that, Biddy. Going with the one Biddy. We upped the sound to 10 because I was getting the ones over and over and over again. We weren't able to go through the show. Indianapolis, the first mission of Indiana's first Church of Cannabis. There it is. Thank you very much for them 10 biddies. There's that sound everybody loves. I don't know of anyone who doesn't like that song. And I don't think I would.
Yeah.
I don't think I would trust someone who didn't. Not hear anything from Pete.
that's because Pete doesn't say anything.
Okay.
The downside of push to talk.
I was just verifying. I was just verifying that you like that song as well.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly. So now I can trust you. All right.
I can trust you.
So the mission of Indiana's first Church of Cannabis to get the state to recognize it as a religious exemption to the state's marijuana laws appears to have gone up in smoke, at least for now. On Friday, Marion County Superior Court Jude Cheryl Lynch, who does not sound like a reasonable person, ruled that the church could not smoke marijuana as a religious sacrament. The church's officials filed a lawsuit against the state in 2015.
What?
Right? I mean,
Under what grounds?
It's illegal. Oh, that they filed a suit? What do you mean under? What?
No, under what grounds? Because, like, all right, I grew up Jewish, and we're 100% absolutely okay, like, allowed to drink as part of our religious
Manischewitz.
stuff. Yeah, Manischewitz is definitely one of the things that Jews drink. I don't know if you guys knew that. But it's also part of the tradition to do it during your bar and bat mitzvah, and that is around when you're 13 to 14 years old. So
right, but
I'm guessing that the state's argument is going to be though that marijuana is illegal to consume, period, and like in the case of the Jewish people, it's not illegal to consume Manischewitz. It's just not legal when you are underage.
Yeah,
right.
I guess that's kind of fair, but at the same time, is it? I guess yeah, that's probably fair.
Right. Well,
I don't know the state laws there. I don't know if it's like everything about like I don't know if there's medical there. You know what I mean? I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it says, but it's not illegal to consume. Period. Just part of my sacrament.
Yeah.
Oh wait, nope. It moved twice. Okay. I was reading Enets and then I read the rest of Journeyman Bader's. But it's not illegal to consume, period. I consume it legally all the time. Journeyman Bader says, if I created a religion based on cannibalism, I don't think they'd let me eat another person as part of my sacrament. I mean...
That's bullshit. They should.
I think you can if it's all completely legal and you don't sell your part. Like, we covered that story just a couple days ago where the guy ate the foot. His own foot. It was fantastic. That story was amazing. He lost his foot due to a complication, and the doctors let him keep it.
And he ate it?
Yeah, and he fed it to a bunch of his friends.
Holy shit!
That
guy's fucking terrifying.
They made tacos. Everybody was aware of it
They
happening.
knew it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, I would have.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
I would have sat at that taco table, dude.
Would you
Oh,
have?
dude, yep. Given
Man.
given the
That
chance
might be
to,
where I draw the line.
given the chance to scot-free, legally try human flesh for food, I'd do it.
Wow.
I'd totally do it.
I will fucking wrap a hot dog in American cheese and put ketchup all over it. But I will not. I don't think I'd eat foot, dude. I think foot tacos.
What if the foot was ketchup and American cheesed?
That doesn't go in it. That's a disgusting taco.
Grizzly says I'm disturbed now. Cultural Rogue says people out there eating placenta a lot, right? It says getting a buzz on the audio.
I will eat foot before placenta. Jesus, that's just those people should be crossbowed.
Oh, wait a minute.
But
Getting a buzz on the audio. Hold on. Let me go fix that. Entertain everyone.
Okay. All right. Chat. What do you think? Would you eat foot? That sounds fucking crazy to me. To me, Pete, would you eat foot?
I probably not. I mean, I've eaten some weird stuff, but I don't. Maybe if it was a different part of the body, maybe like something that was actually meat. But I mean, I don't want to eat pig's feet. I don't want to eat cow's feet. I don't want to eat chicken feet. I don't want to eat turkey feet. I don't want to eat human feet.
Well, but human feet has meat, and all those other animals you listed don't have meat in their feet, right?
It's still feet. You walk on that shit. Gross.
Wait. Aside from like monkeys and chimpanzees and apes and shit, are there any other animals that have real meaty feet? Oh, gator, dude. Would you eat gator feet? I might eat gator feet.
I've had gator. I've not had gator feet.
Yeah, I had a gator burger.
Well, it's like any animal
shit.
that has paws is going to have meaty feet.
Oh, I forgot about that whole dog and cat thing.
Yeah, well,
that's fair.
Lions and tigers and bears and.
Okay, question.
Zonlo says if we could clone meat in a lab, would you eat cloned human meat? And yes, I would.
It's fair trade, right?
yeah, it's cruelty free.
It's cruelty free, man.
Free range.
I don't know if I would do it. I don't know if I would do it. That's a hard one for me. Yeah, it's really hard. How about, would you eat... Okay, you would eat human feet, Udo. You would eat human feet tacos.
Yes.
Would you eat cat pasta?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Did I know the cat?
Like how? No, maybe.
So, like,
does that change anything?
It does. I wouldn't eat a cat I knew. I also wouldn't eat a person. Right. I mean, I wouldn't forcibly eat a person I knew.
Right. What if it was your friend's foot and your friend was having a taco party?
But only when I talk. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I just heard it, actually.
I'm going to restart voice meter.
I bet that's what it is, dude.
It's just been a long time since
fucking voice meter.
Yeah, how do I sound now? Do I sound better?
You sound horrible.
Do I?
It's actually getting worse.
Yeah, it did actually get worse.
All right, hold on.
No, that's possible.
All right, testing.
You sound sexy.
All right, good.
All right.
We'll see if that fixes it.
There's still a little bit of static.
It's still there when you out loud.
What the fuck happened? Well,
when you're quiet, we don't hear it. It's only when you get real loud.
Wow, that's kind of weird because I'm pretty far away from my microphone. Let's move it farther back.
Yeah.
All right. Sounding any better at all?
Way better. It's still kind of there, but I wouldn't. Unless the chat is like, it's ruining the show, I wouldn't worry about it.
All right. Well, we'll go with it from here. I apologize for the sound. I don't know what the deal is or what's making that weird noise. But
chalk it up to Udo being sick.
It's China.
yeah, Chia is always trying to get us.
She.
All right, so we're moving on from the weed story to crime-fighting gummy bears. A man who was disturbing female joggers by running naked next to them has been arrested after being tracked to an empty sweet packet, or tracked by an empty sweet packet.
Awesome.
Since April, several women of various ages were reporting seeing a naked man by the River Wear near Durham Rowing. It's actually called the River Wear, like River W-H, or W-E-A-R.
W-H-E-R.
No, it's just, yeah, it's like when you wear clothing.
Gotcha.
Right. So it sounds weird what I'm saying, but they saw a man by the River Wear near Durham Rowing Club who would run alongside his victims wearing nothing but a pair of running shoes. After carrying out a series of operations, including using female undercover officers posing as joggers in an attempt to lure the man out, police eventually found a secluded spot on a railway bridge where they believed that the man hid while watching his victims approach. The police found an empty packet of Haribo sweets and believed that they believe that the man ate, along with a receipt allowing them to determine exactly where he was when he bought the sweets. Using the information, they checked the CCTV footage from a local shop, from which victims could identify the man, enabling officers to make an arrest. The 18-year-old man admitted to several offenses, including admitting to Checkpoint, a 4-month intervention program that looks at underlying issues of criminal behavior in an attempt to stop them from reoffending. So, this guy ate fucking gummy bears, right? Dropped the receipt and the bag and was totally not being caught by the cops. But then they found his little, like, naked waiting spot.
Yeah.
And they searched it, found the receipt, and were able to nab him.
How many times did this guy do this? He was just jogging naked? That's all he was doing?
Like, right next to people.
Yeah, okay, so that could be kind of weird.
Right.
I mean, absolutely weird.
It's
yeah, just a little weird. It's fine.
It says several, right? It says several times, so it had to be at least 3. German Bader says, just goes to show, don't litter, you could go to jail.
That's funny.
Gemini's Realm says, what the hell did I come back to? Gummy bears help the police catch a man who ran naked next to people.
Was he naked with the intent to arouse?
I'm gonna guess that it was probably he was trying to arouse someone, either himself or the other person.
He's probably trying to shoot one of those public pornos.
I just like to think that like he the only reason they caught him was because of the candy and the receipt. He was buying everything naked. He went to the store naked. It was the candy and the receipt. They finally caught him.
Exactly. No one was able to give a really good description of what he looked like because he was naked. He was just using the opposite of camouflage.
You're right.
He's so noticeable, nobody remembers what he's doing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let's learn about PayPal being fucking shitty today.
Only today.
I can't believe people still use PayPal. It fucking boggles my mind. It blows my mind.
It's one of the best pay systems, dude. Still.
It's okay. It was a foundational payment system.
Mm-hmm.
But since its release, they already came out with Venmo, which is faster, costs less money, and is equally as secure, if not more secure. And there are like 50 other substitute applications that do the exact same thing, that have the same exact level of security and certifications. And people still use PayPal even though it charges them money for every single transaction. Right. Absolutely mind-blowing.
Absolutely.
I don't understand how it's possible.
It's branding. That's how it's possible. They branded themselves.
It's golden tool.
Yeah.
Right.
You get stuck in your old ways with your golden tool, and you don't realize that the financial world has moved forward, and you are still using archaic means to send money.
You're kind of underestimating PayPal, though. They're still at the forefront of security in payment.
Right. With Venmo, not necessarily with PayPal anymore. I literally studied this in my technologies innovation class. We covered these, and it's crazy that it still has market power, but it only has market power with old people.
I still think you're underestimating it. It's the number one most used thing on Twitch. It's the number one most thing used by entertainers, things like that. And it's because it's more secure and it's way faster.
It's not. It's not faster or more secure. Those are both myths, actually.
It takes 12 seconds for someone's money to go from PayPal to my account.
Right, and the same can be done with Google Wallet.
No, Wallet takes
Venmo.
3 to 5 days.
What?
Yes.
No,
I use all these things for business.
I use thousands of dollars. I send thousands of dollars through wallets regularly, and they are instantaneous.
Do you have
every
a PayPal
time,
right now?
0 transaction fees.
Do you have a PayPal?
Yeah.
After this show, I will send you $1 through PayPal and Wallet, and you will get it faster in PayPal. I guarantee.
You send me $1 through PayPal, I'll send you $1 through Wallet, and we'll time it.
See who gets it. Who gets it to their account, not into the program.
Yeah,
but into their account.
Totally.
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm totally down.
Absolutely.
I'm sure. Okay. I'm sure that PayPal's gonna get it to my actual account faster.
It's slow, but that's okay. We can do that.
Exactly. We'll nerd fight about it. It'll be great.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Grizzly says there's some reason why people are still using PayPal or YouTube. It's because it's more well known. Gemini's Realm says no charge if you use a bank account. Will you teach me about Bitcoin too? Was your class sponsored by Venmo?
Nice.
Factual Fiction. Oh, that's Pete. Gemini's Realm says it says they are there, but you can actually deposit or deposit can take days. Cultural Rogue says it's like the CIA director still using AOL. Right? I mean, I think that's an unfair comparison, but I see what you're saying. Anet Down says people are passionate about online payment system. No, I'm passionate about being right.
No, I think Enet's saying that people are passionate about their online payment system. So I think he might be kind of right to that.
Well, I thought I thought you were talking. He was talking about you and I, right?
Because he's right though. Because if I talk to Chinese friends of mine,
right,
they won't convert to PayPal. They won't convert to Venmo. They won't use Wallet. They fucking love what is it, like the WeChat app?
Oh yeah,
which is their social media too, right? So they'll only use that. So I definitely see that, and maybe I was being too biased. I don't really give a shit that much. I just hate that I have to keep PayPal around because people haven't changed to other stuff. That's the only thing I care about.
Right.
I'd much rather use something that's easier.
I hate Google Wallet because they took my card away.
Oh.
Yeah.
What happened?
They took it. Nobody has cards. They took the cards away. They don't exist anymore.
I never had a card. I don't even know what that is.
So I would be able to do all my transactions through Google Wallet, which I was doing. I was doing everything through Google Wallet, right? And then say we'd be at a store, right? And we wanted to buy something and we wanted to split it. I'd pull out my Google Wallet card. Everyone would wallet me $60, right? So now we have $300 to buy the thing we wanted to do because we're all going to split it, right? I would slide my card. It would go straight from my Google Wallet account, and I wouldn't have to wait 3 to 5 days to get it to my fucking debit card, right? They took that card away. No one has it anymore.
Yeah, because you just use the app for it now. You can just scan your phone on the
But I
card
can't do that at 90% of brick and mortars.
Okay, I don't shop brick and mortar, so I feel you on that.
Right. Well,
That might be a
right. I mean, and what I mean is,
But
like,
you can't
we
do that
wanted
with
to rent.
PayPal either, right?
I can't. I can transfer from my PayPal account to my bank account for a quarter. It costs 25 cents
Right.
for. I can put $3,000 in my account in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
It's near
I can transfer from
instantaneous.
my wallet to my bank in like less than 10 seconds, dude.
Did they add that
I've
too?
never had to take more than that, and
was-
it doesn't cost me a cent.
It was 3 to 5 days when I quit using Wallet. To
Word.
get from Wallet
They
to my
did a
account.
major rework like a year and a half, 2 years ago. It's not even called Wallet anymore. Actually, it's called Cash.
Oh,
I believe.
yeah, I don't even remember. I haven't been using it.
Oh, it's called GPay. Yeah,
Huh,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah, it's totally different now. They reworked everything.
And then I've got my my phone is hooked up to hooked up to do that through my bank. So
Word.
right. Okay, let's
Bank
catch up with,
war.
let's catch up with the chat here real quick.
Sorry, yeah.
Canada says to take a bet, and I think we'll do it, and then whoever wins gets the other dollar.
Dude, that's great.
All right.
Oh shit, I love it.
All right, Gemini's Realm says, by the way, your chat isn't set up for women viewers. It stopped me from typing too many messages too fast.
Damn.
And then she says, EU donators have asked to donate items because they don't use PayPal. Gemini says, Pete, do you not have anything to say? Pretty quiet. Yeah, sorry, Pete. We've been talking over you pretty hard. We managed to get into an argument for a second. So
yeah, no, that's cool. I hate it when Daddy and Daddy fight. It's fine.
Amazing, but we love it when you talk. So
okay,
well, I'm poor, and I do most of my transfers. My online transfers are through Facebook because that's what my landlord wants me to use to pay for rent. So
yeah,
that's what I use.
That's another good one, dude. I love Facebook.
Yeah, their money transition system is pretty impressive for being a social media platform.
Yeah,
like absolutely no fees. It's super fast. Again, like Udo was talking about with Old Wallet, it takes I think 15 seconds for something to hit my account. So it's nice.
Nice. That's done.
Awesome. Okay, so this story, which we haven't even gotten into.
Oh right, there was a story we were talking about.
PayPal wrote to a woman who died of cancer, telling her that her death has breached its rules and that it might take legal action as a consequence.
You're not allowed to die. We're gonna sue your corpse because you died and that violated our TOS. That's what you get for not reading TOS.
Right.
If you die, they own you.
So the firm has since acknowledged that its letter was insensitive and apologized to her widower and began an inquiry into how it came to be sent. The matter came to light after the bereaved husband contacted the BBC. He said that he wanted to make other organizations aware of how distressing automated messages can be. Lindsay Dirtle died on the 31st of May at 37. She had been diagnosed with breast cancer about a year and a half earlier, and the disease spread to her lungs, and things went terrible from there. PayPal was informed of Miss Dirtle's death 3 weeks ago by her husband, Howard Dirtle. He provided the online payment service with copies of her death certificate and her will and his ID as requested. He now has received a letter addressed in her name sent to his home in Bucklebury, West Berkshire. The headline was, "Important. You should read this notice carefully," which you guys can see on the screen here. It said that Mrs. Dirtle owed the company about £3,200 and went on to say, "You are in breach of our condition 15.4C with your agreement of PayPal credit, as we have received notice that you are deceased. This breach is not capable of remedy." PayPal has told Mr. Turtle that it's looking into this as a priority and has written off the debt in the meantime. So I guess it worked out okay.
That's good.
You're dead and there's nothing you can do about it. We're sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Gemini's Realm says, "Fucking robots." Obviously, someone programmed that response. What an insensitive fuck. Yeah, someone had to write this. Either there was no testing right? And no one actually looked into what was going on there. But Meatwad 2000, welcome to the show. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world one follow at a time. Gemini says, "Pardon my bad French." Right?
Yeah, that's a programmer. Honestly, that's a programmer that got fired and their password didn't get changed.
Oh wow! They're all like, "I'm gonna set up an automated bot." Fuck these guys.
Oh shit!
Because
That's
you know that
cool,
you would absolutely do that. You know that you would.
Yeah, I mean that would totally work. This is gonna piss somebody off, but it's gonna be at the other person. Nobody's gonna know it's me. All right, our second fireside chat of the night involves something we covered last episode. Jason, did you end up subbing to the subreddit "Thanos did nothing wrong"?
I don't think so. If I did it during the episode.
Right. Well, and it was that one that I was talking about where they were.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Yeah. So if you go, there's the link to Thanos did nothing wrong. If you were checking us out last time and you subbed to that, you can find out whether or not you got snapped. So you'll either be banned from that subreddit or not banned if you were subscribed as of the last time we talked about this.
Yeah, I can't do anything on this.
Did you get subbed? Or
That must be snapped.
does it say you're banned?
Just say you're banned. Yeah, you'd have a message in your inbox saying that you were banned or not.
Okay, let me check. I have 3 messages in my inbox.
I definitely survived the snapping.
As did I. I'm very, very sad. It's like my odds of winning things, even 50%, I still don't win.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so you didn't get snapped either?
No.
Okay. Well, so for those of you who were following along, this was all about a subreddit who were discussing, the intricacies and not really discussing at all, but just saying that Thanos did nothing wrong when he snapped half of the universe away. And
Spoiler.
well, I mean, it's been fucking months. It's your fault if this spoiler.
No, I know.
Right? Like,
I'm saying tell people
exactly.
it's a spoiler.
Right, I know.
I'm not saying don't say it.
I'm
Keep saying it.
Exactly. But at
We
this
lost
point,
3 viewers right there.
exactly, we're fucking out of here.
God damn it!
But anyway, that link is for everybody to check to see if you got snapped or not. We'll get into some more news here, but the next couple of stories are definitely trigger warning stories. As soon as I click this next arrow to go over to those stories, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But stick through them. There's better stuff on the other side.
This is what I get for coming on the show and not getting a synopsis, and great.
Right. Bam. So, researchers have published on Thursday, last Thursday, that they ended the long-running debate if spiders can use the silk that they weave as a parachute to fly through the wind, and whether or not it's powered by static electricity reacting with the silk. So, not only is there spiders that can fly, but they're electric flying spiders.
They're electric. They're basically cyborgs.
And we wonder where Spider-Man comes from.
Gemini says unfollow, ban. So, a study on the University of Bristol sensory biophysicist Erica Morley confirmed that Charles Darwin notably observed watching hundreds of spiders fly 60 miles across the ocean to land on his ship, the HMS Beagle. Darwin thought that electrostatic force was somehow involved, and Morley and the researchers backed this up by demonstrating for the first time in a lab that spiders use electrostatic forces to balloon. So that's just some stuff that you guys know now. Spiders can travel 60 miles over ocean via electric parachutes.
All right, noting to get my girlfriend to not watch this episode of the show. Thanks, Joe.
Amazing.
All right, the second story.
Fuck you. That's That's the worst fucking picture in the world to show right now.
Exactly. So a Tennessee woman is recovering
that's
after she was bitten multiple times by brown recluse spiders. This also helped me a lot. This story, looking into this, brown recluses are nowhere near us. Nowhere near us. So if you ever hear anybody in the northern U.S., just the entire northern U.S., say that there's a brown recluse, that's absolute horse shit. They're like,
we have weirdos. We don't have recluse.
If there is a brown spider and you're just scared of it, it's fine.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But a Tennessee woman recovering after she's bitten by multiple times by a brown recluse spider after she slept. Angela Wright said she woke up with arm pain and noticed a couple of bumps. She went to the doctor's office and she went home with medication. She was rushed to the emergency room a couple days later after feeling what she described what was hallucinating. But when she looked into it, she found over 50 brown recluses in her apartment, which is absolutely terrifying.
That's 49 more than you need to find before you set your apartment on fire.
Exactly.
Way to go, lady.
But hey, bonus, at least it's not going to kill you, probably. There haven't been any reported deaths from a brown recluse bite. They're just painful and muscle deteriorating. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, doesn't it take chunks out of your body?
Yes.
Yeah, it like disintegrates muscle.
Yeah, it what's it called?
Like hobo spiders, right? They do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But not nearly as
necrotic venom or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Well, so she notified her apartment complex, which sprayed her unit, and she said that didn't really work, and the dangerous spiders came back. They were finding brown recluses left and right, in their bed, in the ceiling, on the iron, in her shoe. She's now in the process of moving out, and her apartment complex she asked them to break the lease, and they said that the best that they could do is give her a 60-day notice, and she'll have to fulfill that.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
So they didn't, when they sprayed the apartment, they sprayed it with a flamethrower, right?
I'm assuming they sprayed it with Glade air freshener because they didn't do shit. So.
Yeah.
Although that would be horrible. You spray it with a flamethrower, you burn it down. You're like, oh look, we got rid of the recluses, except that they just moved 3 houses down.
Right. So the 60-day notice requires her to pay an additional $2,200 for the rest of the rent that she would be owing. And the attorney said that it comes to renters' rights, it's situational. He said that a renter has to prove the apartment is uninhabitable, meaning it's no longer a safe place to live. And those situations can sometimes involve black mold, infestations, and plumbing issues. And if she fails to correct, or if the landlord fails to correct the infestation, she can give him 14 days notification. And if he still hasn't done anything, then she can head to court. So there are angry cicadas to pay it in spiders. Holy shit!
Yeah, agreed.
All right. Gemini's Realm says, I hope they aren't vengeful. One time I tried to kill a few and they got away. Well, we do have black widows and wolf spiders and rattlesnakes, which might as well be the same thing. And Canada says we have hobos, though. They're just as shitty. Hobo spiders will get you good. Gemini says nasty spider bites do make for great pimple popper videos. Oh, God. Ugh. Good to die. And then Gemini says, I'm imagining a WoW boss fight, fighting giant deadly spiders. Gemini also says, I would have learned how to grow black mold. To get out of the spider house, you just infest the apartment with black mold.
Jesus.
Tell the court that it's a plumbing problem because I can't stop pissing myself.
Exactly.
Just get an old mattress, soak it in water, and just line it up against the wall behind your hot water heater. I guarantee you that shit'll fucking grow some black mold.
Oh, yeah.
Then remove the mattress, and your whole wall's covered in black mold. You gotta move out.
Nothing worry, it's gone. All right, Pete. Would you rather fight 1 3-foot spider or 100 3-inch spiders?
Are the spiders venomous?
they have necrotic tissue virus stuff. The stuff with they're like
So,
brown
yeah,
recluses.
Yeah, if they're like brown recluses, then the 3-foot spider and give me, I'll use one of my guns and it will be fine. Because 3-inch spiders, a 3-inch spider is fucking huge. Fuck 100 of them. Fuck that.
Angry Cicada says, "I'll just die instead."
No, that works. That's fine.
Go
Like,
Yep. Go ahead.
I don't even have arachnophobia. I'm not scared of spiders. And yeah, just kill me. I'm dead. It's fine.
I'm gonna pick the 3-foot spider as well, just because I think that having to focus one threat is easier than 100 threats. Even if the 1-inch spiders, I could just jump up and down and hopefully survive that part. But let's see.
3 inches are pretty big, dude.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's like that big.
you probably still smash
It's
them.
like 3 inches.
Canada says 1 3-foot spider for sure. Then I would hang on on my wall above my fireplace for a conversation piece. Right.
I mean, you would leave enough of it left for there to be a conversation piece? Because I would bring Ash. It's Ash. I'm Thanos.
Question.
Just real quick, Gemini's Realm also says 1 3-foot spider. Excellent. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we're all on that page. Question though. Would you eat spider feet? Tacos. I would.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd eat spider tacos, dude.
I mean, you probably already do.
That's a myth.
No, there's the how many bug parts are allowed in processed food. That's not a myth at all.
Right, but they're not spiders, they're probably roaches.
That's a good point.
Way worse. And centipedes.
Gemini's Realm says, "Dude, men are way off when it comes to inches, if you know what I mean." And Angry Cicada says, "Damn!"
What? That's like 3 inches.
Canada
You have
says,
a ruler? Hold on. I'm good at this stuff.
Canada says, "Throwing haymakers." So a 3-inch a 3-inch spider would be about the length of a Nerf dart, a standard Nerf dart.
Oh, that's like this. That's like this.
Right.
I'm close. What? So I thought it was 3.5 inches.
Nerf dart around me.
Yeah.
Gemini says, "Hey, that's why we're bad at parking. We've been lied about what 8 inches looks like since we were old enough to drive."
That's hilarious. Oh yeah. How about driving then?
Angry Cicada says, "Lol." All right.
You should have a ruler.
Here's the next one. This is a video, guys. I am very excited about this. So this is a town hall meeting. I can't remember where this was. I had it earlier, but it doesn't really matter. So this is a town of it was like, I was gonna say, I can't remember. It's like 46,000 people or something like that. Somewhere. It's not a small town, but not a huge town. And so this guy is in front of the city council, and he's about to make a very compelling argument.
So I propose this. The city allows for licensed masseurs to give genital massages if the masseur and the client both agree to it. We let someone get naked and have every other part of their body touched and rubbed by a massage therapist. Hell, we let proctologists spend their day fingering men and sticking things up their anus. So if someone wants to yank a guy's crank, I say let him.
So this is
bravo to that man for having the cojones to get up there and without any reservation say those words in that order.
Exactly. So this is ordinance number 9324 pertaining to licensing of bodywork practitioners. Gemini's Realm says that can't be real, and yes it is. There's more.
Picture this, a big old sweaty fat guy. Would getting him off with your hand actually be that much worse than giving him a full body massage, getting up in there under the folds of fat, or being the proctologist sticking your finger up his ass And that brings me to my last point. This is about a group of people imposing their morality on the rest of society. If a grown adult wants a hand job, another grown adult is willing to give one for money, then let them. That's both free.
This guy knows what he wants, and he's going for it, right?
Right? Fuck.
And what he wants is hand jobs.
I know, he definitely wants a hand job. What?
And he's got and his bowl haircut tells me that this guy totally needs a way to purchase said object.
Well, and I love that he's completely confident. He's just like, and if somebody wants to give someone else a hand job, then they absolutely should be able to.
And like he had trouble saying ass. Yep. This story
has a happy ending.
Exactly.
Fucking amazing.
Capitalism, and that's the foundation of our country. If you have a problem with a genital massage, then don't get one, and allow other consenting adults to do what they want. That would truly be a happy ending for everyone. Thank you.
Amazing. What he means by that is I won't shoot up the school, because that guy definitely needs a hand job.
I was honestly expecting that to end with like, and Mr. Chairman, I propose that you now touch my junk.
But yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, he pulled the capitalism word there. He was all bam, right? He saw like this is true. He said this is truly capitalism.
Oh yeah, no.
Foundation of our country.
Right here.
Have a problem,
yeah.
And that's the foundation of.
Wait.
That's both freedom and capitalism, and that's the foundation of our country.
He knows who he was talking to.
Yeah, he does. The guy right behind him, right above his left shoulder.
Right, exactly. Pragmatic Socket says some female masseuse told him it was legal and now he wants to change the law, damn it. Or illegal, right? Welcome to the show, Pragmatic Socket. Gemini's Realm, hey, if we get right down to it, he's right. Right? I mean
it's the argument of sex work is work, so
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not really. I don't know if I'm in favor of sex work being legal.
As long as it doesn't get close to sex welfare, we'll be okay.
Sex welfare.
As long as everybody's working.
That is a terrible, terrible picture in my head.
Exactly. It's the worst. All right.
Yeah, it's literally the worst I could have.
We'll leave it there. Okay, so a man returned to his New Jersey home Monday night to find his wife and her lover dead in the garage after the pair apparently died of carbon monoxide poisoning while having sex. Extended Coma, welcome to the show. What I come into, sex welfare. Oh, you know, just normal Skeptalk things. Gemini's Realm says that's a certain group of people I could be interested in, just saying. Oh, wait, that's a certain group of people could be interested in. Let me get that quite right. Hold on. Oh, Gemini's Realm says I would have a certain set of skills that a certain group of people would be interested in. I get it. Yeah, all right. I'm reading it all together now.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Anyway, so this lady and her mechanic were getting it on in her car in order to pay for the repairs that she was getting on her car, and they left the car running and died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Jesus.
So then her husband comes home to find them both.
What the
fuck? It's
I mean, kind of vindicated.
Right, but I mean, some people had to die. I mean, they could have just gotten a rash, right? That would.
Yeah.
That would have been a little bit less, murdery. I guess self-murdery. I guess
there's no murder in that.
I don't know. They died of idiot.
I mean, it's also a little bit of injury or insult to injury. It's like, he finds out that his wife is cheating on him. At the same time, he's got to deal with two bodies in his fucking garage.
Right.
Not to mention his wife just died.
Yeah,
Right.
you get no time to mourn. Everything is horrible right now. The worst thing that could possibly happen to you that you could imagine is now worse than that.
Yeah, way worse.
Also, you've got to call somebody to get them to remove the body of your wife's fucking lover. Right? Like
Both of them.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably handle it, and you'd be like, well, it's my wife. I can handle, the fact that I got to get rid of that. But now I got to get rid of this guy and totally do it without a wood chipper, right? Like,
Yeah.
So you get the apartment full of brown recluses, and you set the brown recluses off in the house, and then just burn the motherfucker down, and everybody will be okay with that.
It fixes a lot of stories.
Why did you start the fire? There's a brown recluse infestation, and there was nothing I could do. I didn't realize they were in there fucking each other.
Exactly. Canada says that's a rough day, and it definitely would be. Gemini's Realm says thinning of the herd. Yes, correct.
Yeah. Once again, I say that we have a Darwin Awards episode because Jesus.
Apparently, I'm offline. Why am I offline? The show's still going. Everybody still see us out. I'm still seeing.
I see you up there.
Okay. See
Yeah,
you
I can still see you going.
The dashboard.
Yeah, watching it.
Dashboard's telling me I'm offline, which is stupid. So whatever. As long as we're still watching it. Oh, by the way, we just hit 500 followers. I just saw that.
Congrats.
Yeah, Meatwad 2000 was our 500th follower. Thank you very much for that, by the way. I didn't even see that till now. Paramedic Socket says, don't pick your nose now. Yeah, exactly. Everybody still sees us.
Nice.
Excellent. Well, it's a big 500 celebration. Good to go. All right. There's an applause. Angry Cicada, thank you very much. Didn't I say I was going to strip when I hit 500? Well, you'll have to catch me on Mixer for my strip shows. Can't do it on Twitch. All right. So, let's go to Jason. What's the most awkward meeting you've ever been in?
Oh, shit.
I can start at any point. I don't actually have.
No, I've got it.
Gemini.
I'm just trying to figure out how I tell you. Okay, so I can't name any names or anything.
Right.
God, this was fucking crazy.
You can make up names you want to.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make up names. I won't talk about where I was working, anything like that.
Right.
But I was managing this place, and a fellow manager and I had to talk to somebody who worked with us, worked for us, essentially. Okay, this is weird because somebody gave us a letter, magazine letter style, like a letter where, like, you know how like people who are held ransom, they send magazine cutout words and shit like that, threatening this guy.
Okay.
It was just like, it was the most awkward thing I've ever had to do because we have never seen anything like that. We're like, holy fuck, is there a serial killer or some shit coming after this dude? And like, we bring it up to his attention because we have to let him know, obviously.
Right.
And he's just like, oh yeah, totally. No, don't worry. That guy has been like bothering me at some other places of work too. And like, it was just a thing he was dealing with. I was like, what? Like, so I got, it's still really weird, but yeah, I can't really go in more detail because some other crazy shit happened, but that was really, I've never had to do something like that. That was really awkward.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, Pete, what's the most awkward meeting you've ever been in?
So less frightening than that, but still kind of frightening. When I was much younger, I worked at a large coliseum in Portland, and I ran a bunch of concession stands there and was taking a break where I probably shouldn't have been taking a break, up on the fifth floor smoking a cigarette. And one of my employees came out and started smoking with me, and I was just like, hey, we're not supposed to be out here, so if you see anybody come out, just like put out your cigarette, ditch it. We're not supposed to be out here smoking. And so about 45 seconds later, the owner of the Coliseum comes out, and this dude is, at the time, he's in his mid-40s. He's a very, very nerdy-looking dude. He doesn't dress like he's a billionaire, even though he is.
Right.
And he came out and he greeted me because he had a habit of knowing everybody by name that he could. So he greeted me, and I had ditched my cigarette, and this other guy didn't because he was dumb and didn't want to listen to me, and this guy doesn't look important. And so he asked me how I am, and then looks at this kid and is just like, hey, well, you're not supposed to be smoking out here. And I watched this probably 18 or 19-year-old lay into a billionaire about who the fuck do you think you are to talk to me like that for about 45 seconds before he looked at me, asked me what the guy's name was. I told him his name, and he just pulled out a checkbook, wrote a check, signed it, and handed it to him, and just like, get the fuck off my property. Just like, I just watched my boss's boss fire a fry cook.
Right. Right. Gemini, I perhaps you could send a message to Factual Fictions about that. We don't want to definitely dox anybody here. So, the most awkward meeting I was ever in was in a interview, right? I had just recently been hired from intern to full-time engineer at the one of the last places I was working at. And I got chosen to be on the interview panel for picking up a new intern. And this guy that came in, he was the, this is going to sound insensitive, but the bad kind of fat, where they're physically warm and you feel wet if they're in the room. Right?
Whoa.
You know,
Never felt that.
It's like...
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. It's somebody who doesn't know how to take care of themselves, right? And so just being near him, I could feel like a sweat barrier near him. And so that wasn't the worst part of the entire meeting, though. So we had him do a sample problem on the board. We said, if you were going to have to reverse a string, let us know how you would do it, and just do it in pseudocode so we can just see your thought process, right? And what that means for people who don't know anything about coding is that means take like the word words fireside chat and make it spell STAHCEDISERIF. Just flipping a word back and forth. The phrase that he chose to use for the remainder of the 45 minutes that he talked to us was, Bob has bitch tits. So, over and over and over, this guy kept looking at us and saying, Bob has bitch tits. And... And of course,
I mean, at least he knows.
Right. It's a phrase from Fight Club, but
yeah, of course,
it's highly inappropriate at a job interview to use that phrase. You could have used "Don't talk about Fight Club." That'd been fantastic. We would have been like, "You're a Fight Club fan. Some of us are Fight Club fans. Well, you got a little bit of culture going on." But no, Bob has bitch tits. And he said it like...
That's so amazing.
40 more times.
What is the thought process behind that? Like, he was sitting out in the lobby waiting for the interview. And he's just like, man, I said, my friends bet me that I couldn't use the phrase Bob has bitch tits in my interview.
Exactly.
So I don't want to lose $100, and didn't realize he was going to have to say it 50 times.
Right, exactly. Ugh. The poor bastard.
So good. The fact that he stuck it out all the way to the end is pretty amazing, actually.
Exactly. Grizzly says job interview tells you more about the person than just their ability to do the job. Correct. That guy was the kind of guy we're not going to be able to have on shows, right? Like, or have in front of people or whatever.
That's what I dig about those the top end interview questions from places like Google and Amazon when you work at the corporate offices. The stuff where there is no right answer, they just want to hear you talk. It's like the last one that I read was you're shrunk to like 2.5 inches tall and you're stuck inside of a glass drinking glass that's been turned over and set on top of a table. How do you get out? And they don't care how you talk about how you get out. They're just trying to look for what kind of creativity you have.
Right, exactly.
And that dude apparently pulls out a Sharpie and writes "Bob has bitch tits" on the side of the glass.
One of my favorite interview questions, just to figure out what somebody's thinking, is why are manhole covers round? That's an interesting question for you. There's no real answer to it.
Because drills are round?
I mean, because the Ninja Turtles are round? Is that what you're saying?
No, drills.
Oh, drills. Gotcha. I thought I heard turtles, and I don't know why.
Oh, yeah, because the turtles are round. Duh.
All right. So we're going to get into, these are just purely crime stories. We had a couple of crime stories on the way in here, but now we're going to go directly into purely crime stories. So, this is when the escape room became a panic room. In Vancouver, Washington, 2 local businesses received an early morning call from law enforcement Sunday after a burglar broke into their escape room and couldn't find his way out. So deputies with the Clark County Sheriff's Office say that the suspect was identified as Rye Wardlaw. He damaged the escape room and couldn't escape, so he called police for help.
Jesus. Missing a step there, buddy.
So the owner of the escape room charged him an entry fee, right?
Right, exactly. Rob Bertrand and his wife Tamara, who own the escape room, Northwest Escape Experience, which is located in Vancouver's strip mall. While in an escape room, you solve puzzles and get clues and try to compete against a clock to make it out. He apparently didn't know how to use the lock on the front door and was stuck. So he called 911 and told law enforcement he was calling from the escape room because his home was being burglarized. Deputies called Rob and Tamara at that point. Rob says the burglar opened the door, pushed over lockers, destroyed flowers, and then came in and made himself at home. Deputies say that Wardlaw ran into trouble when he tried to escape. He broke the back doorknob, panicked, and called 911 several times. Then he provided a fake address to deputies, so they responded to the escape room where he was calling from. It's a funny twist of fate that isn't entirely funny to Rob and Tamara. But yeah, so it's just really funny that the criminal couldn't escape the escape room. Gemini's Realm says that's so
amazing.
funny. Gemini's Realm says I've done a crap ton of times, and now I think it could be hard to figure out your way if they didn't tell you the secret way out. Pragmatic Socket says, well, that's good publicity. Even burglars can't get out. Right, exactly. It's definitely good publicity. All right. Our next story is about the driving tests. Also, my Twitter is going insane right now. I don't know. Did I say something terrible? Hold on. I don't think I did.
Insane in a good way or a bad way?
Looks like a good way. I just got like a ton of notifications and retweets and stuff, and they just came out of nowhere. Maybe a bunch of bots are catching up to something right now. Jeremy Bader says, well, that and the door doesn't open until the operator hits a button. Gemini's Realm says, you should be huge. Your show is so fun. I Thank you very much for the compliment.
True that shit.
So 4 people have been caught cheating, with one resorting to eating his cheat sheet in the past 6 months at Milnerton Driving License Test Center, prompting the city of Cape Town to investigate and identify any potential weaknesses in its internal systems.
Cape Town, South Africa?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see. I might have a little bit more of a clue here. Just as the city of
Like,
Cape
damn,
Town.
guys, read the fucking book. It's not that big.
Right, exactly.
Like,
Well, and I mean, also cheat sheet. I'm praying to God this is on the written test and not the driving portion.
well, yeah, obviously.
You're just
You know what's
driving
crazy?
along, and you're like, what's that over there, guy driving with me? Take out your thing. It's like, don't
Yeah.
run into other cars. Got it. Right?
Well, I mean, also you say obviously, but Florida man exists, so nothing is out of
That's
the realm
fair.
of possibility.
So I'm finishing up this degree right now, and what's crazy to me is within the past several years at this university, I've met several students that have like been in work groups with me where like they did a fine job in like the group part, but then like slacked off in the actual class material and didn't really understand anything outside of the group, really, which is just fucking stupid. I don't understand why you would ever do that. But I remember I had this one guy approach me and he's like, dude, I have the test bank for the test we're going to take. And I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean you have the test bank? He's like, dude, I got it. And he's like, he shows me it real quick. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to look at that shit. And like, I'm like, how are you going to memorize this? And he's like, I've already memorized it. It was like 500 questions.
Wow.
And the possible answers that they would have. I'm like, dude, read the fucking book. Like, it's easier.
It's the same thing.
When cheating
Yeah.
cheating on the test takes more effort than just fucking taking the test.
Yeah. I was like, what are you doing? This isn't that difficult, man. It's like an HR class or some shit. Like, it was crazy.
So on Monday, a 39-year-old man was caught red-handed by the I don't know how to say this, Invigilator?
I don't even know what that means.
Invigilator? Anyway, he was copying answers from an answer sheet. He was handed over to the police on a charge of fraud. So cheating on a driving test gets you a fraud charge, by the way. Which,
That's crazy.
read the book. It's
Yeah.
This is the 4th such arrest at Milnerton this year. The other incidents happened in June, May, and February. In June, a 34-year-old man escaped prosecution because he ate the cheat sheet, destroying the evidence.
Jesus.
Examiners are
The one thing we didn't account for.
exactly. Were you gonna say something, Pete?
Oh, it's Invigilator.
Invigilator. Okay. Smith said that while the fraud cases were being investigated by the police, he would request the Safety and Security Special Investigations Unit to launch its own investigation to identify any potential weaknesses in the city's internal systems. And they're trying to find out where the hell people are getting these cheat sheets from. So there's like an underground driver's license cheat sheet ring.
That's so dumb. That is the dumbest fucking crime I've ever heard of.
It's only dumb if you can't make money off of it. So I mean, whoever's producing this
That's
shit
fair.
is obviously getting paid.
Right.
Yeah, until you get caught, and that is not a good reason to go to prison.
Exactly.
That'd be an excellent conversation piece. It's just like, what are you in for? Murder. What are you in
Yeah.
for? I cheated on a driver's test.
Now,
Exactly.
he'd go to light security prison. The conversation would be like, what are you in jail for? Securities fraud. I made $500 million. What are you in for?
I made $50
This is
selling
fake.
driver's license
Yeah.
tests.
Exactly.
I made $1.50 a taco.
Yeah.
All right. So police say a New Hampshire woman who answered a scammer's ad to pick up and ship an illegally purchased computer has been charged with stealing the laptop and shipping a box of magazines instead. So, this crime is someone used a stolen credit card to buy a computer, right? Then posted an ad on, say, Craigslist that says, all you gotta do is ship this for me. And ship this computer to me that I will send to you. and then you will get you'll get paid for it. So she scammed this guy by accepting the ad, and then she was gonna, instead of shipping him the stolen computer that he scammed, he shipped that guy a box of magazines, right? And then the police found her with the stolen computer. So this scam didn't work out in any of the scammers' fucking ways they wanted it, unless that guy really liked the magazines.
Yeah.
Right. Grizzly asks, "That's scary. How many of these people are cheating and that are or how many of these people who are cheating are passing? We're only hearing about the ones that were stupid enough to get caught." That's a good point. How many people think that the driving test is just A, B, C, C, D, 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 A, B, C, and not don't hit people's cars? So the Wolf Barrel police say that they were contacted by a business owner who said that a hacker used their account to buy a computer. The reports said that that a 51-year-old Jennifer Wozmak answered an online job to ship the computer overseas, but she didn't send the laptop. She sent magazines. She then sold the computer to someone else, and now she's been charged with theft. It wasn't immediately known if Wozmak had an attorney, and a possible number rang unanswered. So there's not much more answers to this question, this situation, but I just really wanted to cover this so that I could put the word scamception on a slide.
I mean, it's an excellent use of the word. Perfect.
It is.
Excellent. All right, Pete, which of these jobs would you rather do with absolutely no training? And chat, feel free to ring in. Would you rather be a massage therapist or a firefighter?
Massage therapist? I've been set on fire several times, and you don't need training for that. Putting fires out, a little bit of training would be helpful. So massage therapist, I'm going to go with no training.
All right, Jason. Would you rather be a massage therapist or a firefighter with no training?
With no training, it's definitely a massage therapist, even though that last guy really weirded me out about the whole thing.
Well, that's okay. He would walk into the room, see that you were the massage therapist, and probably turn around and leave.
Right.
We would hope.
He just looks at you, whispers, "Barb has bitch tits."
Firefighting would be more fun. Nice.
I kind of agree. I think I might want to be an untrained firefighter. It would be more exciting than rubbing men.
You could only rub women. It could be your thing.
But then you end up a creep, dude. Like, if you put an ad on Craigslist that says massage therapist only rubs women.
Okay, wait a minute.
If you are putting ads on massage
exactly.
therapy on Craigslist, if those people are answering that ad, run.
I thought we were talking about, like, you got a place of business, right?
Yeah.
Like, anybody, if you're putting ads on Craigslist as a massager in the first place, you're creepy.
If you put a business up, and says massage therapy, ladies only, and somebody opens up that door and all they see is my fat bearded ass, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna...
No, it's spas, right? You've been to a spa? The guys massage the women massage the guys. It's generally how it works.
No, I had no idea. I've never been to a spa.
Yeah.
So
Treat yourself. Udo, treat yourself.
Most places that offer massage therapy, they'll ask you what your preference is.
Yeah, they do that. That is.
Well, I mean,
but it's actually up to the customer, so that's pretty fair too.
Pragmatic Socket says, "Now you just say women only." Angry Cicado says, "What about the firefighter Craigslist ad?" We'll fight fires. Have hose.
You need a fire put out. You got a fire and it's burning. You call me. Here's my number. I'll come by with a bucket of water and maybe a Coke.
Exactly. I'll make you feel good. I'll take care of your problems.
And if you need a massage after, I'm available.
Maybe we let it burn down. You collect a little bit of insurance. You split it with me. I won't tell nobody. All right. Our next true crime story here. This guy's face says it all. This one's definitely going to check a couple of boxes on the Florida Man bingo, but it's not a Florida story. So, a woman walked into her Middletown residence on Friday morning and found this man in a bed with a hatchet in his pants down, according to police. So, this is Michael Robert McLean, 39. He was arrested on suspicion of burglary, felonious assault, and public indecency. Officers were called to the 1300 block of Woodlawn Avenue on report of a burglary. Investigation revealed a man had entered the house and was lying on the bed with his pants down. He had his genitals in his right hand and a hatchet in his left, according to the police report. The woman called for her husband to get the man out of the house, and then the homeowner attempted to wake up the man to get him out. Because he was in fear for his life, the homeowner struck the man in the head with his handgun, and a fight began. He fought the defendant out of the bedroom, through the kitchen, outside the house, the police report states. The homeowner chased McLean out of the house, and when McLean took an offensive stance and came at the homeowner shot into the ground. The suspect fled from the rear detached garage and became to the back towards the residence. The homeowner then fired a shot into the ground again, and the man ran away. He was treated in a hospital after he was arrested, and his bond was set at $450,000. Now, when I first read the headline to this one, I was way more perturbed, because especially when I saw the image here, I thought he had cut off his own genitals with the hatchet, right?
Yeah, because that's what it looks like.
Well, it says, man with hatchet in left hand and genitals in right, found in fucking in homeowner's home. I was like, oh god, what the fuck happened here? Angry.
I gotta say though, some massive restraint from the husband in this story, because if I walk up to a sleeping dude that has a hatchet and is naked, and I hit him in the head because he won't wake up with a pistol, I pistol whip a motherfucker, and he gets up, I'm probably just gonna shoot him.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. He was coming at me. He had a gadget.
So great restraint on his part to only shoot at the ground and only after the dude was outside.
Yeah, exactly. But this
also,
guy... Go ahead.
Also, just absolutely stupid to not just fucking run away from a dude with a hatchet.
Yeah, you leave the house and call the police. That's the important thing to do there, right? But this guy looks like the kind of guy who spends his time in other people's houses without his pants on.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
It looks like as they were taking the mugshot, they're just like, sir, you need to lift your head up to take the mugshot.
Where's my hatchet?
Good timing.
All right. So, it's time for the vicious butt stabber. This Asheville woman is accused of stabbing her boyfriend in the butt after he refused to buy her alcohol. Eden Joy Bistercam,
That's fair.
47, is charged with assault with a deadly weapon after the June 23rd incident. After a search warrant, Buncombe County Sheriff's deputies responded to the Barrington Village apartment complex just before 9:30 p.m., where they found a man lying on the sidewalk in front of Building 7. Deputies said that the man, identified as Sean Patrick Edmond, had suffered a stab wound and was taken to Mission Hospital for treatment. According to the warrant, his girlfriend had become violent when he refused to buy her alcohol and stabbed him right in the butt with a steak knife. The search warrant was executed in one apartment, and one steak knife with dried red liquid matter was recovered.
The only thing that I can hear in the back of my head is Forrest Gump going, "Something bit me!"
That's funny.
Grizzly says she was already drunk at this time. I guarantee it. Right. I mean, you don't stab somebody in the butt while sober.
Well, I mean, maybe there are reasons. You don't know me. You don't know my life.
Okay, our next story is another one where I want to know more, but it doesn't have all of the answers, and I bet the cops definitely want to know a little bit more too. So this lady was arrested because hold on, where'd it go? Department north of Santa Cruz reported that an officer pulled over Kristen Ashevs after a check found her license plate did not match her vehicle. Further checks revealed that the car had been stolen from Santa Barbara earlier in the day. A search turned up various other stolen items, including credit cards that had been left in the vehicle by the owner, which had been fraudulently used by Ashevs. And then there was also a dead owl. Police offered no explanation for the presence of the deceased bird in her vehicle. Ashevs of Goleta, California, was arrested on suspicion of possession of a stolen vehicle, fraudulent use of a credit card, and possession of a deceased bird of prey.
I mean, have you ever had owl feet? Owl feet tacos, maybe?
I have not had owl feet tacos.
But how drunk was the owl?
I mean, when you look at her face, I mean, being within proximity, it's probably what killed her.
The owl had some very ne'er-do-well seagull friends.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Bringing it on back to the beginning of the episode. All right. So police have called this next story a botched case of rattlesnake revenge. Two men in Texas who live in RVs next to each other in rural Caldwell County got into an argument last week that authorities say escalated, with one of them turning to the iconic Texas wildlife as a potentially deadly weapon. It happened when one of them stumbled upon a rattlesnake, removed its rattle with his own teeth so its signature warning sound could not be heard, then turned it loose inside the unsuspecting neighbor's home, according to authorities. No one was bitten, except for the snake.
Holy shit, did the snake die from its own venom?
No, he bit off the snake's rattle.
He fucking bit it with his own teeth?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the snake's own teeth, like he clamped it down on it.
No. No, he bit off the snake's rattle with his own teeth.
That guy's a fucking monster.
Right.
That's when you pack up your camper and you fucking move away from that dude, because anybody who's willing to pick up a rattlesnake and bite its tail off. Like, I've read about stories in Texas where there was a rattlesnake and two people got into a fight, and one of them picked up a rattlesnake and threw it at the other person. But fuck biting off a fucking rattlesnake's tail, Jesus.
Right. On June 17th, the day of the incident, Monroe said that the two men exchanged heated words. Later, Monroe said he spotted Souter leaving Monroe's RV and confronted him about why he had gone inside his home without permission. He said, "You'll see why." And then he said, "I was trying to find out what he was talking about." He went inside and soon spotted the snake. It was about 3 feet long and curled up on the driver's side of his home. He said, "I freaked out. I couldn't believe this happened." Monroe said he used a machete to kill the snake and then called the sheriff's office. So it gets even crazier. The guy doesn't call animal control or anything or get out of the thing. He confronts it with a fucking machete.
Drew, it's Texas, man. Come on. You kill it with a machete and you call brown recluses, seagulls, owls, rattlesnakes. You just machete and then call the cops.
Cultural Rogue says, "Don't shake that thing at me, you son of a bitch." They took whoops, I got carried away there. But I think that's all we're gonna get out of this one. That's pretty much it. They fought him with a machete. Guy's been arrested with only a $7,500 charge set for bail, which is, I mean, Hatchet guy had more. This story is not as interesting. I'm going to skip this one for time.
Cool.
So a suspected drunken driver went back to his burning car on Sunday so that he could light a cigarette using the flames of his burning car, according to the
Wow.
CHP.
It's pretty badass.
Right. Amy Walker with the CHP says Robert Quigley, 25, rear-ended an SUV that stopped in traffic on westbound Interstate 80, just west of Antelope Road. At the time of the crash, Quigley was driving around 75 to 80 miles per hour.
Jesus.
Yeah. A CHP officer...
We need a new...
Nope.
We need a new word for, like, rear-ending if it's, like, 50 miles an hour or above.
Yeah, exactly. It's like force penetrating.
Yeah.
How the fuck are you alive in?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you stop at that speed, it does terrible things to the human body. But
yeah.
So the CHP officer spotted the car after it burst into flames and started and turned around in traffic to help. As he did, he spotted Quigley switch seats with his female passenger. He then later admitted to the officer that he was behind the wheel at the time of the crash. A witness told officials a shirtless Quigley went back to his burning car to light his cigarette, singeing part of his eyebrows off in the process. According to Walker, Quigley later told the officer at the scene, I'm not afraid of fire. I deal with this kind of stuff all the time. Walker says Quigley sustained a burn from the neck on his neck from his seatbelt. No one else was injured in the crash. That's very fast for no one to be injured.
Yeah.
Well, especially, I mean, 2 passengers in the car going that fast. Somebody had to have been in the SUV.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, nobody's hurt. Wow.
So, our next fireside question here is, have you ever encountered a snake? Jason.
The fuck is a snake?
They're slithery snakes,
dude. Yeah, no. A rattle boy?
I mean,
I've seen...
could be a rattler, any fucking nope rope. You ever had a
Do you mean... Yeah.
Other than like
any
a gardener, really, right?
Yeah. I've never... Okay, you mean out in the wild?
Yeah.
The only option for me is pretty much a rattlesnake then. But I never actually saw it. I was climbing a butte really close to here. I won't say it so we don't get doxxed, but I was climbing the butte that everybody loves to climb, and then everybody's like, yo, there's poison oak and rattlesnakes there.
Right.
Rattlesnakes, rattleboys.
Yep.
And we definitely heard a rattleboy once. And then, just like told everybody we saw and threw a little red, like something red there so nobody would go there. I don't remember what it was, water bottle or something.
Right.
But yeah, that's it for me. I never saw anything, so.
How about you, Pete? You ever had any close encounters of the snake kind?
I mean, I grew up in the mountains in rural southern Oregon, so yeah, snakes everywhere, all the time. King snakes and rattlers and water moccasins and just all kinds of stuff all over the place.
Anytime that it was ever like, oh God, I'm gonna get bit or anything like that, or just always?
Literally every time you heard a rattle.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, yeah, this could be it. This could be the end of absolutely everything. Oh, it's over there. Okay, we're fine.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
I have never actually encountered any. I can't have an interesting story for every question, but
we can change that for you. I mean, I could bite the rattler off of a rattlesnake, throw it in your house.
I'll have to kill it with a machete. And my machetes are all out of the house. They're on the farm. This story sucks. We're gonna cut that for time. We could go into Florida Man. Let me go into the last part of the show first, and then we'll go into Florida Man afterwards.
Okay.
Because I've got a lot of Florida Man. But we're going to go into Stupid Shit for Sale. It may actually take us the whole time to go into that, and we'll just have to get into Florida Man. We've basically, this whole show has been stuff about Florida Man without Florida, so...
Yeah. Right.
So this is, you don't need it, but you might want it, Stupid Shit for Sale. So I've got some stuff here. Jason helped me find some of these, but I found a lot of them on the side, too.
Nice.
So here's a surprise fireside question. Jason, what's the weirdest food you've ever eaten? And then Pete, I'll have you answer the same question. And then we'll see if this next item tops that food.
Okay. This
chat,
might
feel
not be
free to
weird
weigh
to
in.
some people, but this was fucking weird to me. I was dirt poor right after, like I was like 18. I had moved into my first place. I was living with one of my best friends, and we had like nothing left in our fridge except for fucking pastrami and peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
And we had no fucking cooking skills yet. So
Hey, bud.
we ended up making an entire meal out of rolling peanut butter up in pastrami and then grilling it on a George Foreman, and it was fucking delicious. I don't know if it's because we hadn't eaten in a while or what. But
all right, Pete, what's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
I've eaten ant eggs before.
Right.
Like
what?
Part of a meal. I got to, when I was younger, I went over to Europe and got to try out some very weird ethnic foods while I was in like this little remote place in rural Austria. And yeah, ant eggs. It's a thing. It's not. I don't recommend it.
Right.
Ever. Ant eggs.
I mean, there's a lot of things I would eat, but have gotten to eat, I'd have to say weirdest thing is probably going to be horse jerky. That was pretty good. But
Yeah, that's crazy, yeah.
Horses is bad.
And then there was, I've had escargot multiple times. But the thing that actually, when people see it, that bothers them the most that I have eaten is definitely the whole chicken in a can.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I have totally eaten the chicken that slops out like a fetus.
Any entire animal in a can. Is just,
there's also I had a bunch of bear, which was pretty good.
Yeah, bear is good. I've had shark before. Shark steak is excellent.
That's cool.
But I think this next one gets us all for our weirdest story here. And this is earthworm jerky. So on Prime's Pantry, by the way, if anybody's interested in purchasing these, wait until they quit abusing people in Spain before you buy anything off Amazon. But this earthworm jerky here is only $14.99, and it's from the Newport Jerky Company. It has no colors or preservatives. It's grilled and onion dried, or grilled and oven dried. Fuck. What's wrong with my fucking mouth today? The ingredients are grilled earthworms, sugar, lime powder, smoked paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, red chili, spices, vinegar, salt, and MSG, which tells me that it's relatively gross until you get the spices on it. Because it's got a shit ton of spices.
It's like no artificial flavoring. How the fuck do you know?
This
But here's
tastes like
the most
artificial
ridiculous
worm,
shit on this is like you'll never know if earthworm jerky's good because it puts so much flavor in there.
Right.
Like everything you listed is like an explosion in the mouth of flavor.
Cultural Rogue says, "Is this an out of business bait shop?"
That's funny.
They just left it. They're like, we gotta take care of this. Okay, so our next item here. Sometimes you need to exercise all of your rights, and what better way to do that with the Second Amendment than with the right to bear arms shirt, Men's USA. This is a black T-shirt with added bear arms.
I thought of you when I saw that.
It was pretty
Actually,
good.
when I saw the earthworm jerky and that, I was like, these are Udo.
Yeah. I mean,
There's not nearly enough red, white, and blue in that shirt. I'm going to protest.
That's pretty fair.
That's a good point. This probably should have red, white, and blue stripes all over it.
Yeah.
I do
Fur
like.
should be black, red, white, and blue. Everything.
I do like the fact that the description is USA, USA, USA.
That's so amazing.
Apparently, it's ridiculously comfortable and breathable, made with high-quality, lifelike bear faux fur, inner-lined sleeve with serge stitching, and the last line here is, "Don't mess with America."
That's fucking amazing.
Let's see how big it does it come. It comes in American sizes too. There's X4X up here. All right. So the next item, well, it's a bit of a trigger warning.
Oh shit.
This is slobbing the knob of a lady gob.
Gross.
Here's the quick description. I'm gonna give you guys the quick part because there's this description's right here. It's goblins and elves both happen to want what people keep in their pants. It's a goblin's nature to steal and an elf's nature to suck. When
What the fuck?
when Anria is
You mean to make
separated
that right.
from her scouting party in pursuit of goblin bandits, she quickly finds herself faced with the leader herself. The two find far more mutually pleasurable ways to engage each other. Tags are erotica, lesbian, elf, goblin, fuda on female, trap gagging.
What?
This is what happens when you allow World of Warcraft players to write fanfic.
Right, exactly. And then publish it for free on Amazon. It's also $2.99 if you don't have Kindle Unlimited, but if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free. Pragmatic Socket says, "This just seems like a book form of hentai, any tentacles. In fact, I've seen gnome hentai, not that arousing." Irony Golem says, "And it makes a lot of money." Welcome to the show, Irony Golem. I really appreciate your username. But all right. Our next item up is, Pete, have you ever seen the face of Jesus in any food?
Not personally, no, but to be fair, I don't look all that closely before I consume things. I don't get this body by looking at my food.
Exactly. Jason, have you ever been personally blessed with the Messiah's face on your toast?
Not toast. No, it's a pancake.
Okay. Well, now you can with the Jesus toaster. Our daily bread
Amazing.
here. This it's the new second coming with 7 heat settings and a removable crumb tray for easy cleaning. It will put the face of Jesus on any toast that you make. Look at this thing. It's adorable.
It is adorable.
It's only $45.
Absolutely have to have it in every Catholic church. Body of Christ, body of Christ, body of Christ.
You know what? If I heard that there was a church that when you got to go there, you got wine and a piece of toast with Jesus' face on it, I'd probably go once at least. And I would be guilted into putting something into the tip tray.
Yeah.
The tip tray. I love it.
All right. So this next one is more for the ladies in the audience, but fellas, pay attention, as this is a fantastic gift idea. This is the Kazu Women's One-Piece Shark Mouth swimsuit. This thing is fantastic. Where if that ladies, next time you want to head out to the pool and you want to let somebody know that you are in fact not a mermaid, but in fact a terrifying shark in the water. Or perhaps, if it's that time of the month, you want to let everyone know it's Shark Week, you can just put this thing on. That wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be in my head. I tried, but
Yeah, it's pretty.
yeah, it was pretty bad. But
That's a
still,
little sexist.
it was. It was. Well, I mean, I love using the term Shark Week for that
Yeah, it's pretty good.
because it's funny. And I've never had anybody say it wasn't funny. It could not be funny. It's very possible. Angry Cicada says it's funny. She's laughing. But if you want to get a shark suit, here it is. Bam. All right. And we cover a lot of stuff about drinking, right?
True.
So, here is the next thing. This is no different from anything else we've ever covered, but it's equally as awesome. This is the LumaTact tactical beverage camouflage cover. Adjustable straps fit any bottle, fits tall cans, keeps beverages colder
Does
for
that
longer.
fit on a Molly vest?
Yeah, it's a tiny Molly vest itself.
That's fucking amazing.
Right?
That is awesome. That's we need to gather some money together, and I realize that not all of our viewers are gonna know what I'm talking about, but that needs to be a two-fist gift, Udo.
Oh yeah. I think Wes from Skeptalk would highly enjoy this. But it's a tactical solution for keeping beverages temperature perfect. It's made to fit 12 or 16 ounce drinks. Its mini military tactical vest is designed to serve as a preservation tool for your beverage, and it protects your drink with military strength and style. I never thought of military as a style, really, but
Yeah. Ditto.
all right, Pete. This is gonna be a weird question, but how cool is your ceiling fan?
I don't have a ceiling fan at all. I mean, I could duct tape my fan to my ceiling.
All right, how about you, Jason? How cool is your ceiling fan?
I don't have one either, but not as cool as what you're about to show me, Udo.
Yeah, it means that you guys just get to be extra jealous because you can't put this on your ceiling fan.
Oh shit. That's actually amazing.
Yeah. This is the Craft-Made Kids ceiling fan, Tiger Shark Warplane. This is fucking fantastic. It's only $300 fucking dollars.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna buy it, and I'm just gonna stick it to my ceiling. Fuck the fan part. It doesn't have to hook up to anything.
Exactly. But so it's engineered with silicon steel body. Apparently, it's a kid's ceiling fan built with its unique airplane design. This isn't for kids. This is for reasonable adults. Or wait a minute, I think this is actually a whole fan, not just a thing you put on it.
Yeah, it seems like a whole fan, because like
$300.
I mean, yeah, especially for that price. That's a fairly expensive cover if it's just a ceiling fan cover.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, fuck that, dude. Just paint your ceiling fan. Cultural Rogue knows what's up. That's not that hard to do.
Right. Yeah, Cultural Rogue, you got it. Definitely take this item and just create that out of your ceiling fan.
I mean, it really depends how many RPM does the ceiling fan spin at, because if it's an actual like airplane propeller.
And does it have forward-facing machine guns? That's really important for realism.
Right. Whoop. That's the thing.
Did they get it accurate?
Right, exactly. There we go. Get it to load back up again. Let's check the RPMs here. Should have that info down here, right?
I mean, I would hope so.
I don't see it.
Nope, doesn't say shit. It says it has a pull chain and a 30-year warranty.
Yeah, well, fuck that. I'm not buying that fan if it's not going to tell me how fast it's had a goddamn spin.
Or if it has machine guns. It doesn't even say anything about machine guns.
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's completely unreasonable. Well, it is 9 o'clock. Unfortunately, we had to skip Florida Man again because, only have 2 hours of content, and it's been such a good show. How'd you guys feel about that one? How was today's episode?
It was good, man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed being here. Thanks for inviting me. I hope that you'll invite me back.
Oh, definitely. We have yet to have anybody that on the show that I've been all like, you know what? Fuck you, buddy. Even you, Ichiro, even though you had trouble getting through any stories.
Oh yeah, damn, I missed that.
He was trying. He would start to tell a story anytime that we would, like have like here's a flashback moment or whatever. It took him forever. Poor guy.
Makes sense.
Well, it's just the way Ichi tells stories in general. So.
All right. Well, chat, let's take a look here. Okay, so stuff for me to announce before we go. You guys will see this on my Twitter too, but I'm gonna be on a talk show tomorrow morning on YouTube.
Cool.
Let me find the address here real quick. I had it and then I forgot to. I copy and pasted it, but I've since copied and pasted like 30 things. So let me find the address of the page I'm going to be on. I am going to be. I should be in a show with Jeff Holiday tomorrow.
For the last time.
On Pimp Monk's channel.
Cool, man.
So here is the address to the show that I'll be on tomorrow morning. It should be at 8 a.m. Pacific, so it's going to be a really early show.
Yeah, I'll be at work at that point, unfortunately.
Well, that's fine. It goes to 10, but it should be a super fun show. A lot of cool guests that show up, and it's a fun channel to be on. They're on YouTube, so they're they have a little bit of different way things go about it. But I mean, it's pretty similar. And the show is called The Morning Wood, so it's kind of fun.
That's tight.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's definitely going to be a fun show. So join me there. I'll be putting some stuff up on Twitter about it tonight. So let's go find somebody to raid. Let's see, who do I got going on here? Chat TV's on. If we can't find anybody, new, interesting, we can always go to always solid good. And just in case, Chad, you're listening, I'm not saying you're old. I'm saying that I've known you a while.
That's right.
Let's see. We've got...
Geek and Sundry, dude.
No. Fuck that.
They're too big.
No, they're garbage, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. I'm not a big fan. A lot of shit they do is so blasé. There's a puppy! I just saw the
I don't
puppy.
watch
Excellent.
anything, so I don't know.
Let's see. There's the Live Streamer podcast by Mike the Bard. I'm trying to look at stuff that isn't in the hundreds because otherwise it doesn't really matter if we go see them, right? No, let's just go say hi to Chatta. It's about time. Go give some Chatta love.
Cool. Hell yeah.
I'm always down to go visit Chatta. Bam. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for coming and hanging out with us. There will be no show Thursday. I will be out of town, but I may put some stuff up in the meantime, doing some other things. I'm looking into expanding to doing some other stuff, like possibly making just some little videos, too. Iron Golem says, didn't the Little Rascals dog have one black eye? Correct. I believe so. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. All right. The raid has concluded, and I have hit the